We've all been there, man. Hitting that snooze button a few too many times, letting that text from mom go unanswered, feeling that fire in your belly fizzle out day after day. It's like life's got you playing on repeat, stuck on a loop of almost and what if. But what if I told you there's a way out, a way to rewrite the script, to level up your game and become the man you were always meant to be? We're talking about trading those shoulda, woulda, couldas for a life packed with purpose, confidence, and the kind of grit that makes the impossible look easy. You in? Because today, we're diving headfirst into the 8 habits every man wishes he'd mastered by 25. These ain't your mama's self-help tips, fellas. This is about building a foundation of steel, brick by brick, so you can handle whatever life throws your way. Let's get after it. Let's talk about discipline, that inner drive that separates the dreamers from the doers. See, too many of us, we talk a big game. We got goals, ambitions, dreams so big they could make your head spin. But then life happens. We hit that snooze button, telling ourselves, tomorrow, I'll crush it. We scroll through endless feeds, watching other dudes live their best lives while we're glued to the couch. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Excuses don't build empires. They don't win championships, and they sure as hell don't get you closer to the man you're meant to be. Discipline, my friends, that's the secret sauce. It's choosing action over excuses, day in and day out. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, no matter what, I got my own back. You with me? Now I know what you're thinking. Dwayne, you're built like a tank. Discipline comes easy for you. Listen, I wasn't born with a six-pack and a to-do list tattooed on my arm. It's about building that mental muscle, one rep at a time. Here's a simple trick I use. The one-task rule. Every morning before you check your phone, before you even think about coffee, identify one non-negotiable task. Something that, if you accomplish nothing else, will move the needle forward. Could be hitting the gym for 20 minutes, could be finishing that report you've been putting off. Whatever it is, attack it with everything you've got. Why? Because that small victory, that feeling of accomplishment, it snowballs. It builds momentum. And trust me, once you start tasting that success, you'll be hungry for more. Chapter 3. Physical fitness as a foundation. This ain't about vanity, fellas. This is about understanding that your body is your temple, your vehicle for life. You wouldn't put sugar in your gas tank, would you? Taking care of your physical health is about respecting yourself, about showing up as the best version of you. And let me tell you, the benefits go way beyond those bulging biceps. We're talking increased energy, improved focus, and the kind of mental resilience that can only come from pushing past your limits. Now I know what you're thinking. Dwayne, I ain't got time for your fancy gyms and protein shakes. Listen up, because this is important. You don't need a state-of-the-art facility to build a rock-solid foundation. Here's your quick-hit workout. No equipment needed. Squats, push-ups, planks. 3 compound movements that work your entire body. Aim for 3 sets of each 3 times a week. That's it. No excuses. Now this ain't about getting ripped overnight. This is about building consistency, about proving to yourself that you can set a goal and see it through. It's about that feeling of accomplishment when you finish a workout, knowing you pushed yourself harder than you thought possible. And trust me, that feeling, that sense of self-mastery, it spills over into every aspect of your life. You start tackling challenges with the same intensity. You start demanding more from yourself, and you start achieving more than you ever thought possible. Chapter 4. Lead, don't follow. You ever feel like you're just going through the motions, following the crowd? Listen up, because this one's personal. Back in the 3rd grade, my mom caught me doing something dumb just because my buddies were doing it. She asked, Dwayne, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, you gonna jump too? Real strength comes from within. Forge your own path, even when it's scary. Leaders don't wait for permission. They step up and make things happen. Don't be afraid to stand out. The view's always better for trailblazers. Now, being a leader isn't just about having big dreams. It's about owning those dreams. It's about setting goals and holding yourself accountable, no excuses. You see, when you're accountable to yourself, you're way less likely to let yourself down. You show up, you put in the work even when it's tough. Look, we all get inspired by others, right? We see someone killing it in their field and it lights that fire inside us. But here's the thing, inspiration without action is just, well, it's just daydreaming. Don't just admire the greats, learn from them. study their habits, their mindset, but then go out and create your own path. Accountability is like your own personal drill sergeant, pushing you to be your best. It's that voice in your head that says, get up and grind because nobody else is going to do it for you. And trust me, the more you listen to that voice, the stronger and more resilient you become. So, set those goals, write them down, and break them into smaller, manageable steps. And then, hold yourself accountable every single day. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey. And it's a journey you take one step, one decision, one victory at a time. We live in a world of instant gratification, right? New phone, fast food, latest streaming service. We drop cash on these things without a second thought. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, in our growth, in our future, suddenly we're hesitant. We think maybe later or I can't afford it right now. Listen up, the greatest return on investment you'll ever get is the one you make in yourself. Knowledge, skills, those are assets nobody can take away from you. They're the foundation for a richer, more fulfilling life. They're the tools that empower you to achieve your goals and create the life you want. Think of it this way. Every time you choose to learn something new, to develop a skill, you're adding another tool to your belt. You're becoming a more valuable, more capable version of yourself. You're investing in your future, earning potential, your relationships, your overall well-being. This isn't about being selfish, it's about being strategic. It's about prioritizing your growth so you can show up as the best version of yourself for the people you care about. It's about investing in the things that truly matter in the long run. Now, investing in yourself doesn't have to mean dropping a ton of money. It's about making a conscious choice to prioritize your growth. This quarter, I want you to pick one skill, one habit you want to master. Maybe it's learning a new language, mastering public speaking, or finally getting that side hustle off the ground. Once you've got your target, treat it like a stock you believe in. Budget your time and money accordingly. Set aside an hour a day, even if it's just 30 minutes, to work on this skill. Cut back on unnecessary expenses and allocate those funds towards courses, books, or maybe even a mentor in that field. Remember, consistency is key here. Just like building muscle at the gym, building your skills takes time and dedicated effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and trust the process. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become. You develop confidence, you unlock new opportunities, and you create a life that's truly fulfilling. So what are you waiting for? Start investing in yourself today and watch your returns skyrocket. Chapter 6. 5. Decisiveness. Assess. Decide. Act. Analysis paralysis. We've all been there. Stuck at a crossroads, overthinking, going nowhere. We hesitate, second guess, and miss opportunities. Life rewards action. Make a decision and go for it. Assess, decide, act, trust your gut, and commit. Take the first step, no matter how small. Break free from overthinking. You can always course correct. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Rock, what if I make the wrong decision? Listen up, because this is important. There's no such thing as failure, only feedback. Every decision, every action, even the ones that don't go as planned, offer valuable lessons. The key is to view setbacks as opportunities for growth, not as reasons to give up. Embrace the learning process, adjust your approach, and come back stronger. Remember, the only way to truly fail is to stop trying altogether. Don't let the fear of making the wrong choice paralyze you. Trust your instincts, make a decision, and then go all in. The worst-case scenario? You learn a valuable lesson, you adapt, and you come back even stronger. Decisiveness is a muscle, and like any muscle, it gets stronger with use. The more decisions you make, the more confident you become in your ability to navigate life's challenges. So, embrace the power of decisiveness, and watch as you unlock a world of possibilities. Chapter 7-6. Set and enforce strong boundaries. Alright guys, let's talk boundaries. Not the kind around your yard, but the invisible lines you draw to protect your time, your energy, your values. This is about having your own back, no matter what. See, a lot of dudes, they're afraid to set boundaries, think it makes them look selfish or weak. But let me tell you, it's the opposite. It takes real strength to say, This is where I draw the line. It's like training. You wouldn't let just anyone walk into your gym and mess with your weights, your routine, right? Same goes for your life. You decide who gets access, what they can expect, and how long they get to stay. And trust me, the right people, the ones who truly care about you, they'll respect those boundaries. In fact, they'll probably respect you even more for having them in the first place. Now, setting boundaries means learning to say no, and I ain't talking about a wimpy, mumbled no. I'm talking about a clear, firm no thank you. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to pleasing everyone. But remember, you're not living for their approval, you're living for you. Your goals, your dreams, your peace of mind. Think of it like this. Every time you say yes to something you don't really want, you're saying no to something you do. Maybe it's time with family, maybe it's hitting the gym, maybe it's just chilling on the couch recharging. Protect your circle, man. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who support your journey. And don't be afraid to distance yourself from those who drain your energy or bring negativity into your life. You deserve better than that, and don't you forget it. Alright fellas, we're talking confidence, not the chest-puffing, ego-tripping kind, that's just noise. We're talking about that quiet, unshakable belief in yourself even when things get tough. You know those negative thoughts that creep in? I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Treat those thoughts like a mosquito buzzing in your ear, annoying but ultimately powerless. Instead, talk to yourself like you talk to a friend who needs a boost. Instead of I hope I don't mess this up, how about I got this? I'm prepared, I'm capable, and I'm gonna crush it. Sounds simple, right? Because it is. You wouldn't let your buddy doubt himself, so don't you dare do it to yourself. This is about rewiring your mindset, one positive affirmation at a time. Remember, confidence isn't about being the loudest voice in the room, it's about being the strongest voice inside your own head. Now, building confidence is like building muscle. You gotta work it out consistently. And one of the best exercises, social interaction, my friends. I know, for some of you, talking to strangers is scarier than a jungle full of giant spiders. But trust me on this. Challenge yourself to strike up at least one conversation a day with someone new. Could be the barista making your coffee, the person next to you at the gym, or even just a quick good morning to your neighbor. These small interactions might feel insignificant, but they're building blocks. Each interaction chips away at that fear and hesitation, replacing it with ease and self-assurance. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Remember, every single interaction is a rep, and those reps build serious confidence gains. Life throws curveballs. It's not a matter of if you'll face challenges, but when. And when those storms hit, you need something to keep you grounded, something to keep you from drifting off course. You need an anchor. Now this anchor, it ain't about being perfect, it's about having a compass. It could be your faith, a strong moral code, a deep-seated purpose, or a combination of all of the above. Whatever it is, it's that unwavering belief that guides you when life gets chaotic. For me, it's always been about hard work, perseverance, and staying true to my word. Those values have been my bedrock, my guiding principles through thick and thin. They've kept me focused, driven, and grounded, even when faced with setbacks and disappointments. So I ask you, what's your North Star? What keeps you going when the going gets tough? Find that anchor, define it, and hold on to it tight. It'll be your lifeline when you need it most. Look, I'm not here to preach, but I've learned that having something bigger than yourself to believe in can make all the difference. It gives you perspective, reminds you that your struggles, your triumphs, they're all part of a bigger picture. When you're anchored to something meaningful, challenges become opportunities for growth, setbacks become lessons learned, and failures, well, they become stepping stones on your path to becoming a stronger, more resilient man. This isn't about religion unless that's your thing. It's about finding that inner strength, that unwavering belief that helps you weather any storm. It's about knowing deep down that you're not alone in your journey, so find your purpose, define your values, and let them guide you. Because when you know what you stand for, nothing can shake you. Alright men, we've covered a lot of ground, building unshakable self-discipline, treating your body like a temple, and stepping up as a leader, investing in yourself, becoming decisive and setting strong boundaries, building rock-solid confidence and finding your anchor. These habits create a blueprint for a stronger life. Discipline fuels fitness, Fitness fuels confidence. Confidence empowers leadership. Leadership sharpens decisiveness. Decisiveness defines boundaries. Boundaries protect your anchor. You've got the cheat codes now. Which habit resonated with you? Let me know in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. Let's build better lives together, one step at a time. Stay strong, stay driven, and keep crushing it.